For the first time since divorcing Keith Urban, Nicole Kidman was spotted. Naomi Watts is not the only person offering advice to Nicole Kidman. The Oscar winner broke cover by going out with her sister for the first time since divorcing her 19-year husband, Keith Urban. On Wednesday, October 1st, Kidman, 58, was spotted hiking with her younger sibling Antonia in Nashville, Tennessee, just one day after divorcing the country singer. Kidman wore a baseball cap over her strawberry blonde hair and dark sunglasses for the approximately 4-mile walk, which took place not far from the $4 million mansion she once shared with Urban. The Daily Mail obtained images, which showed Kidman wearing a form-fitting gray jacket and black leggings, and she looked to be deep in conversation with her sister. At one point during the walk, Kidman was seen putting her hands on her heart and linking arms with her sister. Given Kidman and Urban's high-profile divorce and the rumors that he's already seeing someone else, the sisters had a lot to talk about. The bombshell actress ended their marriage by filing to officially dissolve it on Tuesday, September 30th. On Monday, September 29th, sources revealed that Kidman and Urban had been separated and that Urban had already moved out of their family home. The Australian-born actress stated in the divorce documents that she wants to be the primary residential parent of their two daughters, Sunday Rose, 17, and Faith Margaret, 14, and that they have already worked out a parenting plan that states that Kidman will have her children 306 days a year, while Urban will only have them for 59 days. According to the divorce documents obtained by the Post, Kidman cited irreconcilable differences as the reason for their split and listed their date of separation as the date of filing. Although it's unclear if he started dating her before or after splitting from Kidman, insiders close to the former couple believe Urban is already seeing another woman. The Big Little Lies star was reportedly the one who first tried to keep their marriage intact and is hurt and feels betrayed. It's devastating to her. She's shocked, a source told. In a recent interview, the country crooner awkwardly sidestepped questions about his wife before their separation became public. The superstars married on June 25, 2006, after meeting at the Day USA Gala in January 2005. Kidman and Urban were last spotted together in public on June 20th at the 2025 FIFA Club World Cup in Nashville, Tennessee, just 5 days before their 19th wedding anniversary. Urban's reference to his guitar player, 25-year-old Maggie Ball, in a lyric that was originally about Kidman fueled the flames. In addition to her sister, Kidman is reportedly relying on her close friend Watts. The Mulholland Drive actress has experienced her share of public breakups, including her 11-year split from Liev Schreiber, the father of 2 children, and she wrote a sweet post to celebrate their marriage on their anniversary, showing no signs that their relationship was in trouble. As an insider told Daily Mail, Nick has been calling Naomi a lot to talk out how she needs to cope with the situation. A lot of advice has been given, and Nick listens because Naomi has been through it herself. She understands how difficult heartbreak in the spotlight can be. The insider added, Naomi's astute advice has been to be as honest as possible with the public and just get out there and over with so fans can process and move on. The end of Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban's 19-year marriage is not simply another celebrity headline, but the unraveling of a love story that carried weight far beyond the two people at its center. For nearly 2 decades, they represented stability in an industry notorious for short-lived romances. Their marriage was not just personal. It was symbolic, a narrative that millions of fans held on to as proof that love could survive fame, distance, and the relentless gaze of the public eye. When that kind of bond fractures, it leaves behind not just 2 broken hearts, but a cultural void, a reminder that no story, no matter how perfect it seems, is immune to endings. For Nicole, the heartbreak feels compounded by whispers of betrayal, the sting of rumors that her husband may have already found comfort elsewhere. The images of her walking with her sister Antonia, head down, hand pressed to her chest, spoke volumes without words. They showed a woman grappling with loss, but also a woman not alone, leaning on the quiet strength of family. For Keith, the aftermath is more complex. His career has long been tied to the image of a man in love, a husband devoted to his wife. Now, with speculation clouding his reputation, he stands at a crossroads, redefine himself with honesty and humility, or risk being remembered for the collapse of his marriage rather than the music that once defined him. The deepest impact, however, will be felt by their daughters, Sunday Rose and Faith Margaret. At 17 and 14, they are not sheltered from the reality of divorce. They are old enough to understand the shift in their family, old enough to feel the fracture in their everyday lives. Custody agreements may divide time neatly into 306 days with Nicole and 59 with Keith, but the heart does not split so easily. For children of divorce, especially those in the public eye, the process is messy, emotional, and deeply formative. What they take from this experience will shape their identities and their own future relationships. And yet, within this heartbreak lies resilience. Nicole Kidman has endured very public losses before. Her divorce from Tom Cruise, the painful distance from her older children, the struggles of navigating fame as both armor and vulnerability. Each time, she has emerged not unscathed, but stronger, more layered, and more human. At 58, she is not the young actress blindsided by abandonment. She is a woman seasoned by life, wealth, and wisdom, capable of transforming pain into power. Her artistry thrives on authenticity, and this chapter, though devastating, will only deepen the emotional truth she brings to her roles. Her walk with her sister is more than an outing. It is a first step into a new identity, one grounded in resilience and renewal. Keith Urban, too, is no stranger to reinvention. His early struggles with addiction, his openness about the role Nicole played in helping him heal, have long formed the foundation of his narrative. Now, with that foundation shifted, he faces a challenge of writing his next chapter. If he leans into honesty, if he allows himself to create music from the rawness of heartbreak, he has a chance to emerge with an authenticity that resonates deeply with fans. If he hides behind denial or is consumed by scandal, the risk is greater. A career defined not by artistry, but by the shadow of betrayal. The world watches not only because Nicole and Keith are famous, but because their story mirrors universal truths. Love, no matter how strong, is fragile. Marriage, no matter how long, is vulnerable. Heartbreak spares no one. Not the neighbor next door, not the Oscar winner, not the country music star. What defines us is not whether love ends, but how we survive when it does. Nicole and Keith remind us that resilience is often the greatest form of love. Not the love we give another, but the love we reclaim for ourselves when everything else falls apart. Their marriage is over, but their lives are not. Nicole will continue to create, to parent, to lean on the people who love her. Keith will continue to make music, to find ways of redefining who he is without her by his side. Their children will grow, navigating both the pain of divorce and the enduring love of parents who, despite everything, remain committed to them. The story of their marriage has ended, but the story of their lives continues, with new chapters waiting to be written. Perhaps the greatest lesson from their divorce is not about betrayal or heartbreak, but about the inevitability of change. Love does not always last forever, but its impact endures, in children, in art, in memory, in the ways it shapes who we become. Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban gave the world nearly 2 decades of shared love, and even as that love fades, its echoes remain. And in the quiet strength of walking forward, hand on heart, surrounded by family, Nicole shows us the truth we all must face at some point. Love may end, but life does not. What comes after heartbreak is not the end, but the beginning of a different, often braver, story.